Good morning, students. This is the sixth video of the chapter Working of Institutions. And in this video, we are going to discuss the role of judiciary in formulating the law or in interpreting the law. So let us discuss the topic, the judiciary. Now, before discussing the important role of judiciary, we must discuss the function of judiciary. In India, the judiciary has been prescribed or it has been structured into the three forms. The Supreme Court is at the top, below that High Court is there in the respective states, and at the last district courts are there in the district. So let us discuss what are the important functions of judiciary. Now judiciary will provide you mechanism to settle disputes between. Here the prime role or the prime function of judiciary to settle the dispute between. In fact, judiciary will provide the mechanism to settle the dispute between citizens and the government, two state governments, or between the center and state governments. So let us discuss one by one that how judiciary is going to act, its role, how judiciary is going to perform its function or role in settling the disputes between the citizens. Dispute may arise between individuals, and in that case they may approach the court for redressal of their grievances, and here the court will give the judgment in the favor of any particular individual, and this is how justice will be imparted. Second, it may happen that any citizen may come in conflict with the government over any issue, over the issue of suppose fundamental rights or over any other job related issues, that in that case the matter will go in the court or the judiciary will take its action, and finally it will give the judgment in this regard. Similarly, the two state government may come in conflict over the issue of water dispute, as the river is flowing from one state to other state, so it may come into dispute over the river water as well as over the natural resources. So in this case, again the matter will go to the court and court will decide. So here I am discussing about Supreme Court and High Court, and the last one is center and the state government. So here the state government and central government may also come in conflict over the issue of tax distribution or over the issue of aid and assistance, or any political issue may arise between the central government and state government if the two different political parties are there in the central government and state government. We have seen that many cases the central government may have imposed state rule or government or the president rule in the state if any other political party is running or it is running its administration in that particular state. So here we can see here judiciary is going to play a very important role. It is going to act as a impartial body or independent body, and it will give the judgment in this regard. So the judiciary is very important body and its function is multifaceted, and it will play very decisive role or crucial role in giving you justice. Now come to the independence of judiciary. As we discussed that here judiciary will act in an impartial way and in an independent manner. So what does it mean? So independence of judiciary means that the other organs of the government must not restrain the functioning of the judiciary in such a way that is unable to do justice. Other organs of the government should not interfere with its decision, and judges must be able to perform their function without fear or favor. So here three important valid points have been written regarding the independence of judiciary. If judiciary will remain independent, then only it can give the justice that will be above the question. So here judiciary is independent. It means that the functioning of the judiciary will not be questioned. It will not be interfered. It will not be interfered with by any other organs of the government. And the most important thing, the judge must be able to dispense the justice without any fear or favor. It means judge of the court should not get influenced by any government officials. It should not get influenced because of any government involvement. So this is how judiciary will remain independent, and it will act independently and will give the justice as per the law. Next is the judicial review. Sometimes over the changing situation, judiciary can also change its old decision. I mean to say here the judicial is very dynamic and it can even change its old verdict in the light of new situation. And here we have to understand also that here the judiciary is going to check the law that is made by the parliament. So it is termed as the judicial review. So here the most important power of the judiciary is nowadays is the judicial review. So under the judicial review, the judiciary is going to check the validity of the law, and it will check whether the law that has been made by the parliament it is as per the constitution or not. If it will be considered unconstitutional, it will be considered against the law or against the constitution, it will be termed as unconstitutional and it will be thrown away by the judiciary. So this is how according to the judicial review, the court can reinterpret the old case first, or second it can also check the validity of the law that is made by the parliament. Apart from that, we need to understand here that the most important function of judiciary is that it is going to enforce the fundamental right. The fundamental right is the very important right that has been granted to the citizen for its overall development. And if any fundamental right is going to get snatched away by any individual or by the state government or by the central government, then here the judiciary will play its role. We all know that 6 fundamental rights have been guaranteed by the constitution. That is freedom of religion, equality is there, equality, fundamental right to equality is there, right to freedom is there, right to constitutional rights are there, right to educational rights are there, and right against exploitation. Apart from that, the last right that has been guaranteed by the constitution is the right to constitutional remedies. So under that constitutional remedies, the individual can approach the court for justice or for the enforcement of fundamental rights. So here the judiciary will play its role, particularly the High Court and Supreme Court, and it will give direction to the particular government officials to perform or not to perform any action in this regard. So here it is the duty of the court to enforce the fundamental right of an individual if it is snatched either through state government or by the central government or by an individual. So we need to understand the enforcement is very important task of judiciary. After that, the most important function that judiciary is nowadays playing is related to public interest litigation, and this word is becoming more and more popular nowadays because of its quick judgment. We have to understand the basic nitty-gritty of the public interest litigation, and after that we will discuss that how it is going to play its important role in the present judicial system. Now, public interest litigation means that litigation filed in a court of law for the protection of public interest such as pollution, terrorism, road safety, constructional hazard, etc. Any matter where the interest of a public at large is affected, and it can be redressed by filing a public interest litigation in the court of law. Here we need to understand that any matter which is related to public at large, it can be addressed, it can be filed as a public interest litigation. Here the court will consider it as a public interest litigation if it is related to wider problem of public, like problem of environment, like problem of pollution, like problem of road safety. So it will be considered as part of the public interest litigation, and it will be considered, and after that the decision is made very quick here. Decision making process is very quick here under the public interest litigation, because here it is going to affect the large public at a time. So we need to understand here the litigation cost is very small here, and the most important thing about the public interest litigation is that anyone can approach on behalf of others to the court. It is not necessary that only affected person will approach the court. On behalf of affected person, anyone can approach the court and the particular person will get the justice. So this is the unique thing about the public interest litigation. So here it is the new avenue that has been added under the judicial system, and it has been added to give justice to the society at large. It has also been provided to minimize the process of judiciary, because we already know that judiciary is so much involved in verdict, it is so much involved in day-to-day procedure. So in order to save all these things, new concept like public interest litigation was initiated by Justice P.N. Bhagwati in 1980s, and after that this concept is becoming popular day by day in our country. So we have to understand that public interest litigation is now becoming popular and it is imparting justice to the needy person or to the desired person. So here we are going to end our topic, and we have understood that how the different organs of government is going to perform very important role in formulating, in implementing and interpreting the law of the country. So this is all about in this video. Thank you so much.